Fireside Stories by Louis A. Coppola. Louis reads from his book, HOMECREST Avenue.
Scene 2, Rye on Rye. 12/24/1976, HOMECREST Avenue. "Son of a bitch!" snarls Danny, descending the hall stairs and tripping on a rug at the foot of the landing. "When did he put this friggin' thing here?" He rubs his angular jaw with the back of his hand, strains his sharp brown eyes in the darkened hall mirror, corrects the tilt of his pompadour, mumbles, "You can break your ass in this house and nobody'd find you," and then begins involuntarily chewing the cud. "Stop that chewing," you'd scold him, Mama, but it only made him chew faster. Danny was thinking, only nobody related the two. He drew up notions like a cow pulling up cud from its first stomach to chew it again. The more he thought, the faster he chewed. In fact, we're a family of chewers. Chew notions like broken records. Compared to other fams, we're a cud above and beyond. Forever stuck in the subjective. For some of us, making a point is like trying to see your face in that hall mirror. Impossible because of insufficient lighting. "Is that you, Daniele?" asks Mama, peering into the hall through a crack in the door of the kitchen. "Yeah," replies Danny, his head cocked, eyes darting left, lips parted and frozen midstream of a chew. Although he knows what's coming, would even bet his left testicle on it, there is an outside chance that he might be wrong, which he isn't. "Mama, bring back a rye bread for your father, please." Send Charles Dickens." "Mama, he's a busy." "Danny, that's it, a rye with seeds and sliced. And maybe they could toast it too. And make sure they give you the ends." "I'll give him the end of my foot." "And Daniele, yeah, Ma." "Well, what?" "Get it from Ebbinger's, he knows the difference, and give the bread to Maria. She'll give it to me. He won't eat it if he knows you bought it." "Danny, well, tell him I buy all the food, and maybe he'll starve to death." Then he pauses at the top of the front stoops to drink in the morning. He likes mornings. Mornings are quiet. You wake up clear-headed, and you can think. You can think best Sundays and holidays, when it's even quieter and the air freshest until people start moving. You come out of the house in the morning, facing the world, and return giving it your back. Very appropriate. Such thoughts are always forever stewing in his gut, fueled by suspicions of favoritism and notions about a rotten world. In truth, what Danny really needs, all 6 feet, 190 pounds of him, is a strong dose of mother love. That love is denied him, he believes, because 4 other siblings are at the trough. 3 older ones and 1 junior, namely one brother, Filippo, the prick, Charles Dickens, the thinker, All are drinking his water, breathing his air. Yes, mornings are best. He roars mornings, being first at the trough. To Danny, the whole world is a trough, and life perpetual self-defense. That's right, says Danny to himself. Everybody's got eyes for your pocket. Police, priests, mailmen, garbage collectors, family, especially family. Save a nickel, they spend a dime. In brief, his wife was disturbed, which disturbs him. For years, he'd begrudgingly pulled her weight. One day he decided, screwing pleasing other people, screw that, and changed jobs from stationary manufacturing to moving freight. Both jobs sucked, but now he was on the outside with no creeps looking over his shoulder. He was sick of creeps being a creep himself, sick of gasping for air, gasping for light in a claustrophobic, ratty factory with jaundiced light streaming through dirty skylights, of being a zombie oiling and feeding monster iron presses with crocodile maws in a fluorescent time clock world of sallow-faced deadheads and a suggestion box smelling of urine. Indoors had always oppressed him, even as a child. His boyhood dream was to become a forest ranger. Danny, that's right. Outside, you can leave clean. You can't trust nothing indoors. Too many rooms and closets, places for creeps to hide and plan. That's right. You can't trust nothing indoors, not even the walls, especially paneled walls with fireplaces. Forget about it. They could open up at night like in horror movies, people sneaking in and out. Who knows what's behind them panels? Maybe secret stairs, somebody with an axe, or worse, the old man. Danny smirks, chews, dances down the stone steps and through the garden gate, leaving it ajar because it bugs the old man. Brother Dickens is busy. He thinks with mocking voice. He's always busy figuring out how not to work. If I'm busy, tough, but if he's busy, oh, don't interrupt Brother Delicate Dickens is thinking. Fuck that jerk off. I got his number and Sister Gracie too. She don't fool me, neither. We don't talk because she knows I'm onto her bullshit. I'm not as dumb as some people think. He chews, fakes a 1-2 with a tree, and goes up the block counting houses. Jew, Italian, unknown, Scandinavian, asshole Swede, and a Patty family at the corner. With that in mind, and a ton more, pushing for air, Danny hadn't taken his usual verbal notice of the old man's sculpted contraption in the garden. Like in the movie The Blob, the thing kept growing, ending with a cherub shooting an arrow. The blob was asymmetrical and top-heavy, a basic no-no in construction usually learned playing blocks in preschool. It was also out of place, except in the old man's mind, where he felt the distant call of a dry fountain in a dusty Calabrian piazza. In a more prosaic sense, he was bitten by the Da Vinci tick, but a lot got lost between the Da and the Vinci, between execution and immediate impulse and execution. Danny was for immediate execution. One Halloween, a slice of seeded rye appeared on the end of the arrow, and that night the blob crashed to the ground. The family feigned regret, blamed gravity and pranksters, but the old man wasn't stupid. Like he often said, I'm a self-educated man, which is often the same thing. So stupid. He deduced from the arrow up the cherub's ass that it was an insider job, but named no names. The following spring saw the return of the blob, bigger and better. Well, bigger. It combined traditional and the neo-nuts. From a circular base of red brick, the blob rose over 8 feet in the round, square, and triangular shapes of steel-ribbed, homemade concrete built to withstand tremors from Mount Etna and tsunamis from Japan. This particular Christmas, it was topped by an electric star at the end of a lead pipe. How he got it to stay up, nobody knows. Sometimes Mama had observed it's best to leave well enough alone. At Ebbinger's, Danny buys 2 medium-sized rye breads, one plain and one with seeds, taking care they are the same size. At a side counter, he makes 1 loaf out of the 2, with every other slice plain, and he can hear the old man. What's it is? Got it them seeds and no seeds, the seeds and no seeds. Fuck him and his rye and his seeds. Danny dumps the leftover, winks at the cashier, and vows to the tinkle of the overhead doorbell. When that old bastard dies, I'm cremating him and spreading his ashes on a racetrack in Ireland. Then, passing Van Tuyven's hardware, he gets another idea, and it's even better than the rye bread. He buys a Yale lock, the same lock the old man recently put on his tool chest. Yes, in the basement. The bread is for Christmas, but the lock, he gloats, that's for New Year's.